on the internet.
What's up, Mudpuppies? Welcome to another episode of the Cryptid Files.
Yes.
We are your hosts, as always, Anthony and Charlie, and this is the podcast that covers all manner of cryptids, aliens, myths, folklore, files.
Scientologists. Mormons.
A lot of that.
Yeah.
Sometimes conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
A lot of food. Spaghetti.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
Today we are here to talk to you about Reptoid Aliens. Also
Lizard
known as
people.
Reptilians and lizard people.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one.
It will be.
Excited.
We are going deep into the conspiracy side of things tonight, so there's going to be some fucking
This is going to be a rabbit hole.
wild shit. This is going to be a real wild one. But, alright, cool.
Before we get into it, Charlie, what's been going on?
Dude, I have been doing things.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What have you been doing?
Been traveling. I have to go to San Diego this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do an investigation on a cryptid. It's gonna be pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I kind of just want to be home, but I can't. Too much shit to do. There's too much shit to do. There's too many monsters in the world I gotta go find.
And you're not going to be at the festival.
I'm not gonna be at the festival, but that is happening this weekend.
That is.
I did all this work to help fucking set up this festival and like plan this festival and shit. Not really.
Not the festival, but plan our end of the
Far
festival.
our end of the festival and shit, and get us in there and, you know, weasel our way through and make connections and all this shit. And now I won't fucking be there. But AJ will be there. He'll be there representing DNR Paranormal. He's going to talk to everybody. He's going to sit at a booth. He's going to have fun.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, it's going to have a good time.
I might not present, but we'll see.
You'll present. What the fuck?
I don't know if I can do it by myself.
You can do it by yourself.
I'm scared, Charlie.
I'm going to give you a full PowerPoint. You'll be
I'm
fine.
very scared.
But anyways, how have you been? You been doing good?
I'm doing, dude. We had a fun stream last night pop up where we just kind of talked about life and stuff. And
We did.
Conspiracies, and you made fun of me and my recycling habits.
Yeah. No, definitely. Sorry, I'm sending stuff.
But I get shit for it.
Yeah, well, you do it, and you make us late when
I
you
do
do
it in the last possible second.
Yeah, you make us late, especially
But-
when we're like, 2 hours early today or some shit.
Hey, man, I had shit to do.
Yeah.
But, yeah, nah.
No, you did not have shit to do. You're trying to figure out how to make a fucking piece of garbage into a useful piece of equipment. It's a broken piece of a fucking
It's
thing.
cool. It looks like a UFO.
Yeah, that's not helping anything. We already have too many fucking lights. It looks like a fucking carnival in here.
Awesome. We're being invaded by the aliens.
Oh, shit.
But you know what? Fuck you, Charlie.
Yeah. Fun fact, I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's this weird plasma light thing that AJ has behind us. It looks like a lava lamp, but it does plasma instead.
Yeah.
And he only turns this on when we do alien episodes.
Yeah.
It's like
Alien episode. Like,
yeah,
you
one
can see
of
it
those
behind
things. Yeah. And this one's kind of an alien episode.
me. It is an alien episode. Technically.
Somewhat.
But before we get into it too far, I do have some UFO, or not UFO, I have some paranormal news.
Wonderful.
I'm a little behind on this paranormal news. It happened about 5 days ago.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's within the week. So
Yeah. Fuck it.
it's some sad news, unfortunately. Dr. Jeff Meldrum has passed away. And if you don't know who he is one of the leading Bigfoot researchers. He was a professor at Idaho State University. He was professor of anatomy and anthropology. And he was he did a lot of Bigfoot research. He has the world's largest collection of Bigfoot evidence.
Mm-hmm.
He's also been featured in a lot of documentaries and all that kind of stuff. So he sadly passed away last week.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring the bird down, but there's your paranormal news for
Wow.
this week.
Way to just fuck up the vibes. But cool. Rest in peace, dude. Sick. All right. You want to start talking about fucking...
Yeah, you ready to jump into this one?
Yeah, why don't you just go ahead real quick, give everybody a brief thing of what the fuck these lizard people are.
All right. So,
And then I will
Reptoid
talk
Aliens.
about everything else.
Reptoid Aliens, also known as Reptilians, also known as Lizard Men, which have no relation to the Bishopville Lizard Man.
Well...
But we'll find it for a later minute of this podcast.
Yeah.
So they are described as humanoid-shaped green scaly monsters with lizard features.
Yeah.
That can reportedly shapeshift into human bodies and control minds and a bunch of other stuff. But that's also a more modern version of a very long-standing alien race in a lot of mythologies and a lot of conspiracies and a lot of everything. So, cutting away the conspiracy theory shape-shifting monster thing, they're lizard people. They are people shaped like lizards. That
Yeah, in a very basic description, they are lizard people.
So, the earliest recorded reptoid alien in modern, they came from space time frame alien stuff.
Yeah.
Is from the 60s. But the earliest recording of lizard beings that may or may not have descended from heavens and or space comes from like Mesopotamia and possibly even further.
Yeah.
So these guys have been here, which even further like pushes the envelope of the conspiracies.
They done been here.
Yes.
They done been here.
So hit me, because you dove so deep into the deep end of this one. I am surprised you came up for any air.
Okay, so let's talk about Mesopotamian religion. Right?
Okay.
There's not like a real specific name for it. Right? It's the oldest organized recorded religion in history, in human history.
Right. And back then it was more cults than full-on religion stuff.
Yeah. It will, yeah, kind of. We use the term cult very loosely there, though, because like when I think of a cult, I think of something more of just, taking advantage of somebody for personal benefit.
The problem is that's a modern cult, when a reality is a cult is just an organizing of similar beliefs.
Yeah, but when we put that term on, it's like when we do like the mythology shit.
Right. Well, you have the cult of Saturnalia and the cult of what was another one we covered? You have a cult of Jupiter, and it just they weren't doing crazy weird things. It was just a group of people that were like, Jupiter's God. And you're like, oh yeah, cool.
But anyways, so it was developed among the civilizations of Mesopotamia. So I don't know if you know this, Mesopotamia was really fucking big.
Yeah.
So it was Sumer, Akkad, Assyria, and Babylon. It was roughly
an Ur and a Ruk and
and it was around from 4,500 BC all the way to 500 BCE. And it was the region between the Tigris and Euphrates River, right? So that's like modern day Iraq, Syria, and Iran.
Yeah.
So like those general areas.
The Fertile Crescent.
Yeah. So it wasn't, like you said, it wasn't one organized religion. It was a collection of local groups and evolving traditions that kind of focused around the same gods. Right. So this is what they all thought for, like, they had a kind of like a cosmology structure of the universe point of view for everything. So there was a 3-tiered cosmos, which we see in a lot of different religions.
We just went over like 2 weeks ago with the Dark Watchers.
Yeah.
Which aren't
dark. Okay. But but they had the same thing. They had a 3-tiered cosmos.
Right.
Theirs was a little bit different, but so basically they had Anu's realm, which was the heaven, right? Dwelling of the gods. Ki, which was Earth, where humans lived. Okay. And Kur or Kala, which is the shadowy realm of the dead or the underworld.
Okay. Right. Now, was there so this is, I know a little bit of Mesopotamia stuff when it comes to the mythology, but not 100%. Do you know if their underworld was just a land of the dead, or was it a hell?
It was just the land of the dead.
Okay.
Kind of. And basically the Earth floated on this thing called the Primordial Sea, is what they called. Okay. So also Abzu was the name for it. Okay. And it was basically the home to the water deities like Enki or It's like EA. Yeah. And above that was where like the humans were, right? Mm-hmm. And then there was this basically dome-shaped thing holding back the heavenly sky.
Okay.
Right?
So it was flat Earth-ish.
Kind of. Yeah. And they believed that humans existed between the underworld sea, primordial sea, and the heavens, and they were created to serve the gods and maintain cosmic order through ritual sacrifices and things like that. Okay. So it was very what's it called? Very like cut and dry for a lot of like the earlier religions that we see.
Yeah, pretty much. You're here to worship us, and
and we
smite you.
And this was the earliest religion, and we see pieces of this, you know, kind of spread throughout the entire world. Right. So, but anyways, so I'm gonna go over a couple of key figures in this, which all go into lizard people. Yes. I swear,
everything connects. We promise.
It all connects.
It's a deep rabbit hole,
right? So Anu, or also known as An, which was the Sky Father, he was the supreme god, ruler of the heavens, right? So as we see in most polytheological like religions.
Yeah, your sky god or your sun god.
Yeah,
only the father god.
Yeah, you have the head guy and you have a bunch of gods underneath him.
Right.
He was father of the Anunnaki, which I'll go over them in a little bit too. But he symbolized absolute authority, and he was remote from human affairs.
Okay.
So he didn't really meddle with human life that much or anything like that.
Okay.
All right. And then we have Enlil. So this is when we start breaking down those categories.
Okay.
Right? So Enlil was the lord of the air. He was the god of wind, storms, rulership, often portrayed as strict, enforcing divine laws. He was kind of antagonistic towards humankind.
Okay.
So we talked about the big dude being like just staying out of human affairs. And then we have Enlil.
He's like, I'm going to mess with him. It's fun.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And he sends a giant flood in, and that's where we get the Atrahasis epic. I think that's the right way to say that. Yeah. Which eventually is very similar to like the Noah's Ark story, which was kind of like the first idea of a giant mass flood, right? So Enki, though, he's the lord of the waters, so the underworld, right? He's the god of wisdom, magic, fertility, and creation.
Okay.
Right? He lives in the Abzu, which I was talking about being that underworld area.
Right.
It's the freshwater abyss beneath Earth. He created humankind and secretly helped them survive the Great Flood.
Okay.
Right? And he's associated with serpents, knowledge, and rebellion. And he's the favorite of the modern Anunnaki and reptilian theories.
Okay.
Right? So this is where all that kind of ties in, right? So there's a couple other gods in there that don't have too much of a tie into it. I'm just going to list their names off so you guys can, like, do your own research on your own with it. But it's Ninhursag. She's the Earth Mother, goddess of fertility. And he's the favorite of... Why are you doing that?
Sorry.
Damn. Inan or Ishtar is the queen of heaven. Utu is the sun god, or Nanan, and it's the moon god. And they all have their different things they do. But we have the Anunnaki, right?
Right.
Children of Anu. They were originally referred to as the assembly of the gods.
Okay.
Right? And they were divine judges who decreed the fates of humans and nations. Right?
Okay.
Over time, they became associated with underworld deities and the idea of like a powerful elite among the gods.
Okay.
Right? So they kind of formed their whole, like, what's it called? Like a sect or like a cult or a club. Like a secret god club or whatever in the underworld. So basically, they worshipped all these guys. They had these temples. This is where the first pyramids ever came from, too.
Okay.
They were called ziggurats.
Yes,
ziggurats.
Stepped pyramids.
Stepped pyramids built to connect heaven and earth together.
And this is another thing that we talked about on Things That Go Bump at the Night.
Yeah.
How I find it fascinating that so many different cultures from so many different areas of the world built the same structures for... Not specifically that they built the same structures, that they built them for the same exact reason.
Exactly. Well, if you think about how we hold on to religious views as a society, right? Mesopotamia is like the first structured society that we had on Earth, the earliest human civilization.
Right.
And so we see aspects of that civilization today, like Noah's Ark, right? That great flood was originally, from this religion, right? That story was kind of like, based off of it. And whether you say, it's from, it was an interpretation of the Christian ideas or like whatever, however you want to look at it. I will say these guys did it first, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And the pyramids spread all over the country.
Right.
They have those stepped pyramids in South America or all over the world.
Japan.
Yeah.
They're in China. They're in India, Thailand, all over.
Yeah.
Almost every continent. I mean, we haven't found them on Antarctica yet, but who knows?
Okay. So there's a good breakdown of Mesopotamian religion right? I'm going to go into
Where do the lizards come in?
Yes, Enki.
Yes.
The serpent of knowledge, right? The guy that I said ruled kind of the underworld, right?
Right.
He's known as Ea, right? And he was one of the chief gods of ancient Sumer, which is southern Mesopotamia, modern day Iraq, right? So from like around 4000 BCE, he ruled over water, which is the Abzu, right? The freshwater abyss underneath the earth.
Right.
God of creation, fertility, wisdom, magic. He was a friend of humanity. and a clever trickster who defied higher gods to help the mortals, right? His main symbol was a serpent entwined around a shaft, right?
Okay.
Which was the earliest representation of the basically the forerunner to the caduceus, right? Which is the staff of Hermes,
Right.
right? The one he carried with the staff with the serpents going around
Right.
it, right? And he was a serpent god, right? His home, the Abzu, is sometimes depicted as the underground aquatic realm, described as shining and filled with serpentine creatures. And this is basically where the entire reptilian link came from, right?
Okay.
So they link him and his kin, the Anunnaki, to the reptilian origins, right?
Okay.
So they think that basically the Anunnaki are the reptilians, basically, because you know how I said that they were kind of making judgment over man and
Right.
deciding how things go in the countries,
Right.
and they basically are the ones that are like the overall deciders of God, and they made the secret sect and all this stuff, right?
Okay. So they might not be aliens. They might be otherworldly, or they might be old gods.
Yeah. Well,
And those old gods might be aliens.
this is where the idea of them becoming aliens came from.
Right. Okay.
Right? The word Anunnaki roughly translates to those who came from the heavens.
Okay.
Right? Principally the offspring of Anu, right?
Yeah.
Which is the sky god and the ruler of the heavens. And people have basically attributed that instead of them actually coming from God, right? As like, descendants, but virtually seeing them actually come down from the heavens.
Okay.
So, like aliens,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So descending from the sky,
Right.
in a sense. And that's where they got their name, Anunnaki.
Okay. Even
Right.
though they live underground.
Well, now they live underground, but their name translates to descended from the heavens. So they were basically,
Came from the sky and then moved underground.
yes, came from the sky and then moved to the underground
Okay.
realms, right? They originally were judges of the underworld, guardians of fate, not evil, right? Powerful beings who influence the balance of life, death, and destiny.
Okay. They sound a lot more benevolent than their contemporaries.
Yes. So they appear in Sumerian texts like the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Yes.
Right? They're in there. And that is... Does that make her a reptile? Yeah.
Happy birthday, Miss Loki.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. But... So basically, that is where it all came from.
Okay.
That is where it all came from. And that is where this idea of reptilian, gods first originated. Now, as we were talking about, pyramids, spreading to different cultures, and the, like Noah's Ark story spreading around, and the 3 tiers of, the cosmos, earth, hell, heaven.
Right.
Right? The idea of serpent gods has traveled also throughout history.
Right.
From the Hindus, right? Mm-hmm. Who found these things. Well, they call them Nagas, right? Yep. Who live hidden underground or underwater realms called Patala or Nagaloka.
Right, and they're half snake
beings
right.
is what they were referred to as. The Aztec Mayans had these things. I cannot pronounce these fucking names.
What's the word?
Quetzalcoatl.
Quetzalcoatl, Kukulkan. I have Kukulkan tattooed on my arm.
Cool.
So Kukulkan and Quetzalcoatl are serpent dragons.
Yes, serpent
they are
dragons.
Feathered snakes, and they are sky gods.
Yeah.
Quetzalcoatl, I believe, is the god of... Kukulkan is the god of wisdom and storms. I don't remember what Quetzalcoatl is a god of. It might be interchangeable, because I think one is Mayan and one is Aztec.
Yeah. And so their representations, though, is what kind of ties them to the...
Because they're snakes.
Because not only because they're snakes, but because they were represented as the union of the sky, earth, and wisdom and creation.
Yes.
So wisdom and creation were the 2 ideas originally attacked to the head serpent god of Mesopotamia.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Interesting.
And then that balance between sky and earth. Yeah. Right? That's what we're always talking about, right? Now, moving even further, the Egyptians.
Yes.
Right? They had many serpent gods, right? Apopes was a giant serpent of chaos, right? enemy of Ra, the sun god, right? And then they had the other one, Wadjet, which was a protective cobra goddess of guarding pharaohs. And the main thing I'm seeing here with all these reptilian, like reptile gods, is that they're always doing the same thing, and it has always been like a balance. Okay. So their job is basically to direct fate and control.
Right. Sometimes in a benevolent way, but sometimes in a malevolent way.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's talk about modern reptilian theory now. So that is the background.
Okay.
Let's
take a break.
Okay.
Before we move into the modern day.
Okay.
And when we come back, we'll talk about the modern day.
All right. Because there's more to talk about.
There's so much to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about here.
We've covered the ancient aliens and their origins. Let's move into the modern day after this quick break.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And just so everyone knows, this is the theories behind these things. These are not my points of view. Right. All right. These are not my points of view. I just want to share the information because this is such an in-depth topic, and there's so many people that believe this. But we're just gonna
push on through it.
Yeah, we're gonna push on through it. All right. So we will be right back, guys. We'll see you in a minute. Okay.
Welcome back, Mudpuppies.
Yes.
So, Loki, to answer your question, I did some research on the break. That was a confirmed hoax. So the hieroglyphs that were supposedly found in the Grand Canyon were not. So there's no correlation there because it's not real.
Yeah.
Sorry to break it to you.
Sorry to break your heart like that. Cool.
So now moving into the modern day of the lizard.
Yes. Okay. Let's start. I gotta start with where this theory really took off, which is in the 90s. I know you were talking about stuff from the 60s.
So the 60s was when they were simply reptilian aliens.
Yeah.
So at that point in time, up until the 90s, there was none of this conspiracy of shape-shifting, taking over humans, running the country stuff. Yeah. Back then, there were just another race of aliens coming to Earth and abducting people. Just like the Greys, just like the tall whites, just like all the Martians. They were just another confirmed alien race that was coming to Earth.
And there was such a trend that was popping in at that time frame,
right. Too. It was everyone saw it was getting abducted, and everyone had a different kind of alien abducting them. So reptoid aliens were just happened to be reptilian shaped, green, scaly, clawed teeth and tongues, and they were known to drink blood. Yeah. So the only real big sighting I have from that was in the 60s. A police officer in Ashland, Nebraska, was abducted. By a reptilian being. But the one key thing that ties it into the old gods and the conspiracy theories was he claimed that the alien that was performing experiments on him was wearing a badge that showed a winged serpent was the insignia. Yeah. So it ties into the old world and the new kind of conspiracy, which is kind of wild. Yeah. Which, I don't know, man. It's kind of, unless that's later details that they re-added, that's an uncanny...
The problem, which I will get into, it's, as we see, with cryptids and cryptid stories like this, the validity dies depending on who's carrying the message.
100%.
Right? And so that's what I'm going to break into here with David Icke, or Icke.
Oh, boy, here we go,
Right? So this is from the 90s. He was a British author and former BBC sports presenter. So he commented on, like soccer and stuff.
Right, well, it would be football in England.
Yeah, football in England. All right. I'm not in fucking England now, so. But he suddenly decided that he had to make this claim that shape-shifting reptilian aliens, descendants of the Anunnaki, secretly controlled the world's governments, royal families, and banking systems. Right? He called them the Babylonian Brotherhood or global elite, manipulating humanity through fear and division. According to him, they come from this place called Alpha Draconis, right, which is a star system.
Yes.
And they can disguise themselves as humans via vibration frequency manipulation.
Interesting. So they vibrate so that they look like people.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to touch that one.
Yeah.
But I do want to add some details here.
Yeah.
About Alpha Draconis.
Okay.
Because this also there's some neatness that's just cool space jargon.
Yeah.
But there's also a detail that ties this a little bit more together.
Yeah.
In a weird way. So Alpha Draconis is a 2-star star system made up of Thubian and its sister star. Mm-hmm. They are about 270 light years away from Earth. And they are 120 times brighter than our own sun.
Yes.
They orbit each other. It takes them about 51 and a half days to pass in their orbit.
Ah,
which is
pretty quick.
Just neat, cool space stuff.
Yeah.
Now, what makes this cool, and also, I hate to say, kind of adds a little bit of validity too. It's another one of those details where you're like, that's kind of okay, weird.
Yeah.
Thuban was the North Star around 2,700-ish BC.
Yeah.
And due to Earth's axis wobble, it's now Polaris.
Yeah.
Just because of the way that, it shifts in space. So, 2,700 BC is about the rise of Egypt.
Yeah.
Time-ish. So it's well beyond the fall of Babylon and Mesopotamia and all that. But it's still tied into a lizard god culture.
Okay.
So, that might be a reach, might be a stretch. It's still a neat connection detail.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I got on Alpha Draconis.
All right. Fun facts. So, there's... we talked a little bit right there about, what they believe in. Mm-hmm. Now, what is the agenda that they're talking about?
Why do they want to care?
Why do they care? A quote from him is, they don't want power, they already have it. Right?
Yeah. So then what the fuck?
So apparently they feed on negative human emotions, manipulate politics, religion, and media to maintain global control. They have hybrid bloodlines, mixing reptilian and human DNA, particularly among the world elites. Yeah, CE8, pretty much. Or CE7. CE7. Yeah, no, CE7, you're fucked up.
7 or 8?
There's only 7 on the scale. CE7.
Okay, CE7.
Yeah. They use underground or interdimensional bases, echoing the Abzu and Naga realms from the ancient myths, right? It's not new. It's just old gods with better PR.
Pretty much. So basically, the gist of their whole reason for doing what they do is just to make everyone upset.
Yeah,
they feed. Okay, so
they feed off of negative human emotion.
So as long as we're at war or angry with each other, they're happy. Okay.
They are very tall, but not super tall. 6 to 8 feet tall, humanoid shape.
That's super tall. Maybe 8 feet.
6 to 8 feet is like, I know people that are 6 feet.
Yeah, 6 feet, not 8 feet.
Yeah, 6
I don't know a single person over 6'7" or 6'8".
Yeah.
So anyone 7 feet tall is kind of freakish.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They're not like for like the scale of things that we've talked about for height wise.
But if you're trying to be a human,
okay, fuck you.
Are they 8 foot tall in their human form, or are they 8 feet tall in their reptile form?
8 feet tall is like the max height, and we're talking about the reptile form right now.
Okay, I thought this was like they make a human that's 8 feet tall. I'm like, that's gonna stand out in the crowd. I'm sorry.
All right, they said to have slitted pupils, glowing red or golden eyes, cold, emotionless demeanor, cold-blooded metaphor made literal, and sometimes accompanied by a strong sulfur smell or mechanical humming. They attach sulfur smell to fucking everything.
Everything smells like sulfur.
Everything smells like sulfur. I don't know why, but they just add that to everything.
All because of like the brimstone and fire and hellish connotations of it. So evil smells like stink.
Now, they say that height description too was characterized throughout history by, like, we see Egypt where height was like a sign of status, like taller people were more respected,
right?
And many cultures.
Yep, when you go back into, like, you look at the ancient like Mesoamerican, like the Incans, the Mayans, the Aztecs, they were all short. Like their average height was like 5'2". Yeah. So anybody taller than 5'6" was a giant to them. Yeah. So that's like when the Spaniards came over, they're like, they have to be gods because they're all 5'9". Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And so there's a couple problems though that I've found.
Only a couple?
There's a lot. So I did some research, obviously, into David Van Eyck, right? Okay. And so, yeah, he was a former footballer and sports broadcaster. He's written over 20 books, self-published since, like, the 1990s. Mm-hmm. And he's, traveled all over the place and spoken, like, 25 countries and crap. Right. This is where it all started. Okay? Right. He visited a psychic who told him he was on Earth for a purpose and would receive messages from the spirit world. This led him to claim in 1991 to be a son of the God Hand. Right? And that the world would soon be devastated by tidal waves and earthquakes. He repeated this on the BBC show Wogan. His appearance led to public ridicule, and books he wrote over the next 11 years developed his worldview of the New Age conspiracy. Yikes. Yeah, it gets even worse though.
Man had a good life. Fucked it up to be a crazy person.
So he wound up endorsing some anti-Semitic books. One of them was the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, right? Which is like a anti-Jew propaganda from, I think it was like the early 1900s, like 1901, late 1800s. I forget the actual date of it. Oh boy. The Robots Rebellion from 1994 and The Truth Shall Set You Free of 1995. This led his publisher to decline further books. Yeah. And he had to...
It took him 3 times?
Yeah.
I would have been like, no, after the first one.
Yeah. And he has started self-publishing since then. He contends that the universe consists of vibrational energy and infinite dimensions sharing the same space.
See, that I can get behind.
I know. Yeah. And then he
argues... If you just stopped there, it would have been great.
There is an interdimensional race of reptilian beings, the Archons and Anunnaki, right? Which have hijacked the Earth. Further, a genetically modified human Archon hybrid race of reptilian shapeshifters, the Babylonian Brotherhood, Illuminati, or elite, manipulate events to keep humans in fear so that the Archons can feed off the resulting negative energy. Yeah. And then let me just... There's a lot. There's a lot. He's fucking insane, pretty much, is what I got from it. Guy's fucking insane. He's also been known to be like a Holocaust denier. And it's
incredible source.
Yeah. Incredible source. But he created this whole movement, right? Yeah. And that's why when people think, like, he's a reptilian overlord, like, it's a funny joke, but some people actually have a lot of faith in this.
You know what's even scarier?
And they're not sure where it comes from. So this is where it comes from, right? Right. And the problem is, this is, ancient Mesopotamian religion, right? And we don't have very accurate translations. Right. And it's very hard for us to say for sure what, their intentions were with this explanation religion. Right. And for somebody to say the premise of all his belief systems are basically the Jews are reptiles.
Oh, God.
Yes. That is basically what he's saying. So when you hear these conspiracies about reptilian elites in Hollywood and controlling the banking system, and it all stemmed from basically...
From
anti-Semitism, saying the Jews are reptiles and they're from space and they are part of this Anunnaki, godlike system that basically manipulates the world.
All right, then.
Yeah, no, it's insane. And that's why...
The saddest part of this is, though,
yeah.
as of 2013,
Yeah.
4% of Americans believe in this.
I know.
And that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you think of how many people there are in this country,
yeah,
4%
is a
lot. A lot.
Yeah.
To believe this insanity.
And the problem is, too, right? We make a lot of jokes about it. We make it seem really cool. It is funny to talk about Mark Zuckerberg being a reptile. I think that's funny sometimes. Yeah. But if we look into the history of where this reptilian overlord theory came from, it started off as basically shitting on this religion and anti-Semitism.
Right.
Right? This Mesopotamian religion that had Anunnaki, but they were judges. Right?
Right.
They were not here to basically control the banks. That was not their purpose.
Right. They were just here to judge.
They were here to basically help be the judge for the gods.
Right.
Right? On like what to do with people in the afterlife.
Right.
It was not all this new world order. We're going to feed off of human emotion and, you know, just make it our goal to fuck with people. Right. Because that is the whole point of this guy's thing.
Right.
Was to just paint Jews as these evil, controlling, you know, people doing this shit. And it...
So it's less of a conspiracy of a new world order, more of a conspiracy of just straight up
anti-Semitism. Yes, it's what happened.
Okay.
It's what happened. It's fucked up. Now, let's talk about some evolutionary psychology, too.
Okay.
Super
good point here.
Yeah, we have, as humans, have this thing. It's like a snake detection instinct, right?
What?
Snake detection instinct.
So we can just be like snake?
No, it's... Humans and other primates have a built-in neural bias towards noticing snakes, right?
So we have a spidey sense just about when snakes...
When we see them, we pick them out easier because it's a natural fear, right?
Okay.
So snakes, spiders, things like that, we have these natural built-in fears for them because those were...
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, those have been, you know, dangerous predators to the, you know, people since the dawn of civilization.
Yes. All the people getting eaten by spiders in Mesopotamian.
Yeah. So they've... basically, the National Institute of Health showed basically the brain's fear center reacts faster to snake shapes than to any other predator on the planet, right? And
so does that mean my brain's broken because I'm not afraid of snakes? Or am I highly evolved to not be afraid of snakes anymore?
If I threw a snake at you, what would you do?
If you throw anything at me, I'm going to act the same way. I'm going to try and catch it and be like, what the fuck?
I throw a bunny at you, what do you do?
Oh my god, a bunny.
All right, I throw a snake at you.
You go, oh my god, a snake.
No.
Well, again, if you throw anything at me, I'm like, wow. But if I see a snake on the floor...
Just because we have a natural predisposed, like, you know, fear instinct, like bias, does not mean that is an unbeatable, untrainable instinct. It's just we have a natural instinct to avoid things, like spiders. There's people that love spiders, right?
That I don't.
Yeah, but naturally speaking, though, humans have a natural fear of spiders, a natural fear of the dark, a natural fear of snakes.
Yeah.
We have these pre-instilled fears because it was defense mechanisms.
Right, you had to be afraid of it or you'd be dead.
So when people bring up things like reptilian overlords, there's a natural, like, we look at...
fear of that.
Yeah, we look at reptiles in, like, these god senses as being, like, evil things, like deceiving things. We see this in the Bible, too, with,
you know... that deceived Eve. And
yes.
Like, you know, the serpent. Yeah.
When we say somebody's a snake, you're like, this guy's a freaking snake, you know?
Yeah.
So... It's like there's a natural human opposition to reptiles already. Slytherins, yes. And there's also the idea of rebirth and transformation. They kill silently, death and danger, and they live underground under the water, mystery and hidden knowledge. And so there's a lot of natural things that keep us away from believing, you know, snakes are bad.
Right.
Reptiles are bad. Lizard people are bad, right? So, but that being said, it's kind of like he picked the perfect poison.
Right.
To inflict
no pun
on society. Yeah, no pun intended. They're venomous, not poisonous.
Right.
But it was the perfect poison to convince people of this radical idea he had that Jews are controlling the banks and the government. Right. And that's not true. I'm sorry, it's not true. I have personally heard it from people before saying that the Jews control the world. They don't. I'm going to take a firm stance on that. The Jews are not controlling the fucking world. Get over it. Figure it out. All right? It's okay. It's okay. They're not doing it. And they're not fucking lizard people. They're not reptiles. And this whole fucking thing has been completely blown out of proportion. And there's enough people that believe it that I have to say this right now.
Yeah.
Humans evolved so a lot of... train out of us, I imagine. Yes. That's what I was talking about. Survival instinct.
Yeah.
All survival instinct. Okay. That's lizard people. That's reptilians. Do you want to take another quick break?
Take a break, and then we'll fight, rate, review.
Fight, rate, and review the reptilian overlords.
That may or may not be controlling the banks.
That may or may not be controlling the banks. All right?
We'll be right back, folks.
We'll be right back, guys. Thank you. All right, we're back.
Welcome back, Mudpuppies.
Yes, thank you
Charlie,
for watching our bullshit.
How would you fight a reptilian?
Okay, if we're talking about, they're 8-foot lizard people.
Yes.
Yeah, that feed off negative human emotions.
Yes.
Just gonna be happy as fuck.
Get a little drunk and you'd be
I'm gonna be drunk as shit.
I don't think Charlie is normally very happy drunk.
They're gonna feed off my negative energy. Well, I don't have any, bitch. So, no, yeah. I would be in a good mood, first of all. I would just beat their ass. I think I'd just be fighting a big lizard, man. It's cold-blooded, too.
Yeah.
So,
make it cold.
Yeah, get in a cold area, dude, and be slow as shit. And then I hope it can regenerate limbs, because I'm going to rip those arms off a couple times, you know?
I think
get it.
I think under the right conditions, I can take a lizard man too.
Yeah, dude.
Person.
Bring him outside, dude. Bring him outside. And if it's too hot, too, that can fuck him up.
That's true. Yeah.
Temperature dependent, man.
Yeah, they gotta be
temperature
comfortable.
dependent. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think it'd be too bad of a fight.
No, just fighting a tall guy.
Like after beating up sheep squash, like.
I still don't think you can beat up sheep squash.
I think
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these that you swear you could.
Yeah.
I think even prepared you couldn't.
Yeah.
But this one I agree with you. You could fight lizard people.
All right.
Shall we give this thing a rating?
Yeah, dude, let's talk rating.
All right, Charlie. How real do you think the reptilians, reptoids, lizard people are?
Okay. Let me break this up real quick, right? There was a whole religion based off of this Mesopotamia, and the name of that creature was taken and turned into something it's not, right? Now, could there be some type of, alien reptilians that help guide humanity through, the world?
Right.
That's why we have so many cultures that talk about it. Yeah, I believe in weird shit.
Yeah. I don't.
Is it plausible? Yeah, but if I'm going to talk about, are we talking about the reptilian overlord theory? Because I'm going to say that's not real.
No.
All right. If we're just talking about the idea of reptilians existing, possibly, in a society, yes, I don't think they came from that planet. There's no information that says they came from that planet.
From Alpha Draconis.
Alpha Draconis. Eventually, we're going to have to talk about 12th planet theory, too, which is, I found fucking hysterical, because it's another idea of where they could have come from.
So what's that?
Could they be real? Possibly. We have a lot of recorded historical evidence of, types of alien beings that are reptilian coming down to Earth and, helping humanity, like building pyramids and doing all this weird shit. I want to give it a 3.
3? Okay.
I want to give it a 3.
I'm looking at it like this.
Yeah.
There are so many cryptids that we've covered that the original story has some plausibility to it.
Yes.
And then it gets twisted into something so otherworldly and not attached. Look at the Snallygaster.
Yes.
Snallygaster started as a German legend.
Yeah.
That then became a racist runaway slave hunting monster.
Yes.
So, the Snallygaster as a racist runaway slave hunting monster in Maryland? Probably not. The Snallygaster as the Schnellgeist that came from Germany and may or may not have stowed away on some boats and showed up over here and is wreaking havoc in America? Still probably not, but has more merit to it.
Has more merit to it
than the racist monster.
Yes.
So, that's how I'm going to look at the Reptilians right here.
Separate the anti-Semitic history.
Yeah, separating the anti-Semitic...
And think about the original religion behind these guys.
Because I believe strongly that, there are no coincidences. So, for so many cultures to have so many ideas about the same exact type of thing...
Yeah.
It's got a lot of ties to itself. So I'm going to cut it in the middle. I'm going to say 2.5.
2.5. Yeah. No, that's a good way to look at it.
Now, how cool do you think they are?
Anti-Semitic version, not cool.
Yeah.
The Nazi lizards, I don't think are cool. The regular appearing to humanity, helping us with technology and shit, like guiding us through the Stone Age, pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
It's so hard because I'm trying to think about, all right, what's not part of this belief. Anything from modern reptilian theory is pretty much I can't count.
Right.
So, from what we know is they come down, they talk to us, they show us things and disappear.
Right.
It's a cool idea behind it. I don't think there's that much to it that gives me enough to really say this is cool as fuck. But, yeah, let's give it a 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, agreed, the anti-Semitic evil lizard alien people, not very cool. The ancient... possible heaven-dwelling, possible hell-dwelling lizard people, kind of cool. The
guiding
space, the middle of the pack space alien monsters that come down and drink people's blood, also kind of cool.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it feels like 3 separate entities.
Yeah.
They all have their own stories and stuff.
And they kind of fucking are, though. And that's the thing, they are 3 separate entities.
So if you tie the 2 together. Again, getting rid of the modern conspiracy theory. If you tie the 2 together and say space aliens drinking blood and heaven dwellers that look like lizards and guide humanity, maybe the space aliens are the heaven dwellers and they're pissed off now because we don't worship them anymore, so that's why they're killing us. Still, the visual of a 8-foot tall, green, scaly lizard man, is kind of neat.
I think it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Killer Croc from Spider-Man. Yeah. So, they're cool enough.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Yeah.
It's not overly cool, but it's still kind of cool.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to start this one. Uniqueness, 0.5 point.
Can I do a rebuttal real quick to that first?
Go for it.
If we're uniqueness, but also we could factor in a little bit of originality. This was the first time this idea has ever been brought up. It was the first organized religion. They did not base it off of anything else. This was the original one.
But we're not talking... Okay, I understand where you're coming from, but uniqueness as a category is not... Is it an original idea?
Yeah.
It's how much is like this.
How many
out there.
things are there?
There
like
are so many lizard cryptids.
I know.
We covered Lizard Man,
but that's why I give it. I factor in originality a little bit to that. So instead of giving it a half a point, I'm going to give it a 1.25 just because
it's the first.
Because it's the first of many. It did not steal shit from anything else.
Okay.
It is the OG. Now, did other people take this idea and run with it and form an entire thing around it?
Aliens, possibly. It became fucking anti-Semitism. It became shapeshifters.
It became everything. It became
honestly
literally
everything rolled into one.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is fairly. It's extremely original. But it's also, it's got
extremely not.
Extremely not. But it's also one of the only cryptids that we've ever talked about that we know for certain is the first time they talked about it, because this came from the first organized society, civilization that we've ever seen established.
Unless like the monkey people had mythology that we don't know yet.
So a little bit of the uniqueness comes from the idea of how long it survived, because a lot of cryptids that we see that we talk about today are only a couple hundred years old.
Okay.
This thing is from a long fucking time ago.
Just because of that, I will bump my score to 3/4 of a point instead of half. All right, here we go. Cool. Math Duck is ready.
Let me get the Math Duck up here so everybody can see it.
Here's the math numbers.
Math numbers.
Math Duck is ready for action.
You say that sometimes, and then I say the number, and then I don't hear a quack.
He's ready.
I don't hear quack from you.
You're about to hear quack.
All right, so we got a 3 plus 2.5 plus 2 plus 3.5 plus 1.5
You've said too many numbers already.
plus 0.5.
7.5.
Yeah, 7.5. I did not say too many numbers. That's a 13.25.
Not a bad score, but it's not a good one either.
No, not a great score.
13.25 beat the Dark Watchers.
It did. Shouldn't have, but it did.
Dark Watchers suck.
Yeah.
I'm maintaining that.
And the other cool thing about this is how many cultures I think have just...
I mean, it's been around forever. It's been covered on everything. Everyone talks about it.
And like this, people can even tie this into dragon. It's a little bit of every this anti-Semitic,
crazy,
hate the Jews. This guy was a sports broadcaster and said he's the hand of God, and this is what made this very unknown theory or unknown idea. I wouldn't even say theory. This unknown myth, urban legend.
Yeah.
Turn into this whole anti-Jew conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Which I found bizarre. Also, do you remember Gorns? Have you seen Star Trek? Do you like Star Trek? Okay, Captain Kirk. There's this one episode where he basically goes to this alien planet to fight this lizard dude, Gorn, and he builds a gun. He just happens to find the materials sitting. It's so fucking. It's my favorite episode.
You know they stole Loch Ness Monster in Star Trek 4.
Stop. Yeah.
Who's Captain Locked in? Wow, Star Trek 4 was it Kirk still? But by then was it like Picard or?
I don't know. I
Who's the other guy?
I don't know, dude. I've been so mixed up with all my Star Trek stuff. I like the TV series. The movies were okay.
Yeah.
The newer movies were kind of okay too.
Yeah, I never got.
I like the TV series. Yeah, it's my favorite part. The OG one.
My aunt had a cat named Tribble.
Yeah.
That's the extent of my Star Trek connections.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, Charlie.
Sick.
I have a quiz for you.
Oh, you have a quiz for me. Oh shit. This is gonna be fun.
So we are doing a 15-question quiz about aliens and alien-related things.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes.
15 questions on the board. You need 8 to win.
8 to win.
Here we go.
Yeah.
First question. What does UFO stand for?
Unidentified flying object.
That is one right so far.
Easy days.
All right. Question 2.
Yeah.
What U.S. military base is associated with alien conspiracy theories?
Area 51.
That is correct. 2 for 2 so far. Question 3. What 1977 Steven Spielberg film features humans making contact with aliens through musical tones?
The Third Kind.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. Question number 4.
Yeah.
What 1938 radio broadcast caused panic because listeners believed it was real?
War of the Worlds.
War of the World, yes.
Yeah.
All right, 4 correct out of 4. You're on a roll tonight. What level of the CE scale covers alien abduction?
Alien abduction. 5. 4. Fuck. 4.
It is 4.
God damn.
5, I believe, was contact.
Yeah. No, it was 7 was the weird sex one. 6 was death.
Yep.
5
was contact. Was initiated contact.
Human initiated contact.
4 was abduction.
4 is abduction.
Yep. All right. Question number 6. 5 right on the board. No, 4 right on the board.
Yeah, I missed the last one.
Yeah, okay. What alien is commonly depicted with large black eyes and a small gray body?
What alien?
Yeah, what race of aliens?
Martians?
No. The Greys.
Fuck you, dude.
That was a gimme, dude. Why didn't you get that one?
Oh, my God.
All right, 4 right on the board. On to question number 7.
Yeah.
What are the aliens from Alien called?
Oh, starts with an N.
Somebody help him in the chat.
Nef. I forget.
Xenomorphs.
Xenomorphs.
Come on.
Xenomorphs. I knew that.
I thought you were better than that. All right. What U.S. government project investigated UFO sightings from 1952 to 1969?
Blue Book.
Yes, Project Blue Book. 5 right on the board. Question 9.
Yeah.
What star system is the alleged home of the Greys?
What star system?
Yep.
Like what? Like
the way that Alpha Draconis was the star system that the Reptilians come from?
Sagittarius A.
No. Zeta Reticuli.
Just
I'm
guess.
going to make them all gimmies. Question number 10. 5 right on the board.
Yeah.
What candy does Elliot use to lure E.T. out of hiding?
I have no fucking clue. A lollipop?
You never watched the E.T. movies?
I don't fucking remember that. The movies, there's more?
Movie.
Okay. I was like, chocolate bar?
No, it was Reese's Pieces.
That's chocolate.
And now, and just a little bit of trivia about this. That is one of the biggest marketing blunders in human history. Because Steven Spielberg approached Mars and was like, hey, do you want to be M&M? Like, we want to have a candy that E.T. goes after. Like, we want it to be M&Ms. And Mars was like, no, we're not gonna pay for product placement in your movie. This movie's not gonna be big.
Yeah.
Reese's Pieces took the deal. Reese's Pieces sales skyrocketed.
Yeah. Damn.
All right. Question number 11 with 5 right on the board. What is the name of the alleged alien craft that crashed in New Mexico in 1947?
The Roswell crash?
Roswell UFO. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll give that to you.
I didn't know that. I was like, what's the name? It was the Roswell incident.
Yep, that's a trick question. What is the name of the Martian from the Looney Tunes?
Marvin Martian.
Yes.
Yeah.
7 right on the board. Question 13. You need one more right to win.
Yeah.
What is the name of the device used to wipe people's memories in Men in Black?
Look at this. The blinky thing. I don't know.
The Neuralizer.
Neuralizer.
7 right on the board. Question 14.
Yeah.
Which NASA telescope is designed specifically to search for habitable planets outside of our solar system?
Ooh. Specifically for that?
Mm-hmm.
The Hubble telescope?
No. The Kepler Space Telescope.
Kepler Space Telescope.
Last question. 7 right on the board. What is the new term being used in place of UFO?
UAP!
Yes!
Unidentified aerial phenomenon. I win!
You got the bonus point. So you have 9 points out of 15. Charlie wins tonight's trivia game.
Nice. What was the bonus point?
I was going to ask what UAP stands for.
Okay.
You just
blurted it out. Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
dude. Good for you. I'm proud of you. You deserve to win. After getting sat on for the last 7
All right,
quizzes.
first of all, your quizzes have been bullshit besides this one. This one was really good.
Absolutely not. I did a whole quiz about shadow people to prove to you that Dark Watchers were.
It was all just to fucking validate your side of the fucking thing.
And it did.
Yeah, it didn't. But cool. All right.
All right, everybody. So that's it for this episode, I think.
Yeah.
If you are in the South Carolina area, come out to Conway on Saturday. I will be there, unfortunately, by myself because Charlie has to go on a work trip.
I have to go
but
on a
I will
work
be
trip.
there hanging out at the South Carolina UFO Festival in Conway at the Sports and Recreation Complex. Check it out. Look it up online. You'll find it. I don't think there are tickets. I think you just get to go.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that if you get charged $5 at the door. Either way, come on out. It's going to be a good time. It's like a fair. There's going to be vendors and food and costume contests because it's Halloween themed. There's going to be trick-or-treating at the tables if you got kids. It's family friendly.
Do you have candy?
I will have candy.
I have a bunch of bags of candy if you need.
Okay. So I will be there at a table. I might be speaking if I work up the nerve. We'll see how it goes. I got to figure that part out. I'm a little nervous to speak by myself. But yeah, come hang out. Come see me.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time. If you are not already following us on all of our socials, get on that shit. We are on Instagram. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook. We are on TikTok. Check us out there.
Spotify.
To see all of our clips. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. We are on Amazon Podcasts. Go find us. Go listen to us. I'm catching up still on the uploads for all that. I think we're in the middle of season 2 on the audio podcasts.
Yeah.
We're almost all the way caught up on YouTube, so that's really cool. Check us out there. If you give us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, we will give you a shout out and read it out on the next episode. We don't have any new ones yet. So, but definitely please do that. If you haven't, it gives us we're in a very saturated market, unfortunately. Yeah. So the more reviews and better ratings we have, the higher we bump up in the ratings and the easier it is for people to find us because we're the best. We have the most fun.
Yeah.
Join us in the Discord if you're not already in there. We post memes. We talk about stuff. We chat. That's the easiest place to see news. You get a sneak peek at our schedule every month. It's the only place we take requests.
We are the government.
We're not the government.
Yeah.
If you have a cryptid that you want to see on this show, get in our Discord, put it in there. Tell us that's what you want to see. Because
call my dad.
Our schedule is 20 years long. I cannot stress that enough. It is 20 years of Tuesdays I have scheduled out. That hopefully as we get bigger and can devote more time to this, the schedule will shrink a little bit because we'll do more than one a week. But still 20 years of cryptids. So if you want yours, you have something you want to see, get in that Discord and tell us right away because we might not cover it until we're 40.
Yeah.
So get on that shit.
Get
Follow
on that
me
shit.
on Goodreads if you like books. I have a DNR list. Follow
if
me
you
on
hate books,
Letterbooks. If you like movies, I have a DNR list there too.
If you hate books, you can follow me on Instagram. I don't ever talk about books.
Charlie can't read.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for this episode. That's all we have to cover.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to tell the people?
No, dude. That was fun.
There are no lizard people controlling the government. We just have
Jews are not
people.
lizards.
We just have shitty people in tuxedos running.
Stop thinking the Jews are lizards. They're not. That's wrong. It's fucked up. All right. Cool.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.
See you next time, guys.
Peace.
Bye.